Hiya Squishers, and welcome to day 8 of, I'm looking at my coffee, day 8 of Squishmas Under the Stairs with me, Kate, and all but a few of the socks. And I am really excited about this cup of coffee. Number 1, it's in a Christmas mug. Number 2, it means I'm on to the next part of my daily challenge, which is putting children to bed, bedtime routines and stuff, and more squishing. And because that's kind of what happens here, squishing. But this evening I have brought the squish to you under the stairs. I have not got a new whip. No, I did not. Just like I say to you, sometimes it just doesn't have to. Just has not happened. I have wound a lot of yarn, but none for myself. But I do have another whip, which is one of the things I thought I'd show you, because I have some of this squish in the shop. Not this colour, but this squish. And since a lot of you are grabbing the texture packs from the shop, I thought it might be a nice way to show you one of the things you can do with your DK squishy boucle. And also, if you're on the tube train with me, thank you, you will be rewarded, because you can just make pretty much anything out of a tube. I firmly believe that. Like, a tube can be the start of most things. Tubes and dots, and this next thing is a tube. So even if you're not using DK boucle, which is this gorgeous squish, look at this, it is a teddy bear already. This whip is one of the whips that I mentioned. Well, I didn't really mention it. I kind of glazed over the fact that I thought I was just knitting one thing. Turns out this is one of the things that I found in a basket that I had not finished. Likely because I must have got sidetracked on a catelet or a spiral something or a tube something or what else? It doesn't take much. I'm a bit of a moth to a flame, magpie for shiny things. It's exciting. And then I'll come back to it, but then I don't. So I thought it's a good opportunity for me to finish this off, show you about tubes, and tell you how you can make some quick gift knits for small people, or even yourself. Because sometimes it's quite nice to have something like this. If you need to do, especially if you're traveling, like having something of comfort to take with you is great. So this is what I am making. A tube tie. This is the squishiest, softest, squishiest squish, which I'll be stuffing with, top tip. If you've got loads of yarn scraps that just are not good for knitting or anything, or weaving or anything, like I have bags of, those are great stuffing for ties. They give a lovely, 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 lovely weight. So I'm making a tube tie with just a little jumpery section in the middle. And this, I've got a bit of a decrease, I think I must have done, so I could have a little wider bottom on the bottom. And then I'm just going to close the top and put some eyes on, and you're like, what? Don't worry, I've got something to show you that I've made before, a bit like Blue Peter, one I've made earlier. This is Peggy Longlegs. Like, Peggy has been one of Tabby and Minnie's favourite knitted teddies toys I've made ever, which is crazy because I've made some really complicated toys. I must admit, I've got no, the dog is not here, it's around here somewhere. That's not knitted, but I've made that. I've made some really complicated things, but I think the girls don't care about how much time I take or what effort goes into it. They love it or they don't, which is kind of like how it should be. This is like an all-out winner. This is just a tube with some legs. These aren't even tubes. I think I machine knit these because I was just so lazy. I'm not lazy. You can't actually be lazy when you're using a knitting machine. If you've ever used a knitting machine, you'll know what I mean. You can't be lazy, and you can't take your eye off anything, because if you do, it just barfs everywhere. However, they are marvellous when they do work well. I haven't knitted on a knitting machine in so long. But these would be tubes if I did them again. So Peggy Longlegs is a tube with lots of like stringy tubes, and this is amazing. Such an easy treat. I would do teddies. And if you want to go like a bit more like make it look more like a teddy, like this is a repair job. It's on my job list. Don't ask me how does that happen? How? I don't know. This was Minnie's. Needs eyes. And maybe I'll just go for a different arm colour, because then it will just kind of like signify the mend and repair aspect of it. But this is a tube with tubes and squish with stuffy things. So this is another great idea. And this, because I've made it, this one I made with 3 strands of squish. So I had a slub and 2 sock. It knit up really fast, really easy to make. And alternatively, the other thing you could make with tubes, I do like ties, I must say. I'm going to make this look very teddy-ish, because it's going to be cute and soft and small. These are great knits if you've got leftover bits of yarn, because you can get really creative with the jumpers or the clothes. I'll just use one colour and do some stitching for the face. Like, the girls quite like simple faces, and I like that too, because I guess they can be whatever you like. And this has got such squish factor to it. I urge you to make a soft toy. And also, when you're making a soft toy, there's no rules. You can make them whatever you like, however you like, and that's just the way they are. And I don't know anyone who doesn't like a soft toy that's been made by hand. Ideal Christmas gift. Toy. Okay, now, I do love this fire. Let's have some more coffee. Oh, I am looking forward to casting on that cowl. But the other thing, tubish, I wanted to share with you today is something that would definitely sit well within a Christmas tree if you've got one, or decoration wise. And you could go all different sizes with the sizes, but one of the things I would urge you to try, if you've mastered just the simple tube, where's the other one? Where's the other one? There are two. Yes. Is if you want a particularly easy project, how about tube crackers? And it's gonna be easy for you to guess what's in the middle of these. Yes, toilet rolls, there's empty ones. So if you're thinking of quick things to get your scraps going, I've just pulled the bottom of that. Get your scraps going, Christmas crackers, tubes. You could do any of your tubes. Even the straightforward tubes like this would be amazing. Like these I just had. I say, that sounds quite over the top. I had leftover tubes. I did have leftover tubes. I had lots of like tubes where I was like, oh, how many wrist warmers am I gonna wear? Oh, what else could I do with them? And I do put these in my Christmas tree for real, which is where they are today on my Christmas tree. Look at those. And you could play around with all your scraps and coordinate them to your decorations. So even though I have not got a new cast on, I thought I'd show you one of the cast-ons that I am going to complete and finish and stick eyes on. Otherwise, I'll never... The downside to not finishing off knits, right? This is the downside. You've lost your needles. This is the only size 4mm needles I have in this. Unless I finish this, I don't get them back. So the incentive is, I want to knit something else with 4mm needles, so I need to get this off. And plus, it's kind of satisfying finishing them. You know what I mean? So there you go, squishers. There is my Squishmas Under the Stairs update. Oh my gosh, next part of my day. More winding. Yay! So if you're getting boucle from the shop, squish. Just think super squishy things. What's super squishy? Oh yes, that's for boucle. That's what you want to think about. And texture, slub. Teddies with slub is amazing. It's amazing. I should make more of those. I don't have a legitimate reason to keep them for myself. I don't, especially when I've got children. Like, I can't legitimately knit toys for myself. So, I could, but it would get nabbed straight away because I'd like to have a pink fluffy teddy. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's just get away from the teddy talk, because otherwise I'll just start going down a whole new rabbit hole. This tomorrow may have a face. And if you've done no knitting, crocheting or making, don't worry about it. Pick up something you're already doing, revisit a project, and tomorrow's a new day. And squishers, I shall see you tomorrow. Bye!